Hey, how are you going? Welcome with me, Redski, here on another round of Righteous Readings. Today we are doing the main monthly. It is a staple of the spread and has been for quite some time now. It is a spread that I formulated and developed myself, as I did not find any others around that gave any sort of solace to people that were looking for information in regards to addictions and recovery. So I developed this spread and it has gone through multiple changes, and it's been put through the ringer, and it's stayed in its current format now for quite some time. It's I've had it on the channel for quite some time, and I plan hopefully to continue doing this spread, as I do feel that these messages are still of high prevalence in today's society. So whether you're in the midst of addiction, still trying to find your way to the door, or whether you've found the door and you're just wondering whether you want to step through it on the other side of recovery, or if you are days, months, years on your road of recovery and solace from addictions, this is the place to be. This is where we try to get you some information and just some guidance to help you through the thick mud of it all. Firstly, I want to say thank you. If you have made it this far, it's not easy. But every step forward that you make is one step you will not take backwards. So have solace in that thought. Now this attains to any and all addictions. Now this could be sex, drugs, rock and roll, eating too much Ben and Jerry, food disorders such as overeating, undereating such as bulimia. I also have now added into it things such as self-harm, like cutting, other addictions that are too many to list, to be honest. If it's something you do, an addiction is something that you do to lessen grief, loss, or pain. It's something you actively choose to do to soothe pain and suffering, to alleviate and end it, even if it's just for a moment. Now we all go about this in different ways. For some of us, these take forms of behaviours, repetitive behaviours, but no matter what this attains to for you, as in your addictive state, there are 3 words I'm going to give you that will help you. People, places, and things. These 3 things will mess you up every time. These 3 things can be your most constant support, but it will also be your biggest downfall. People, places, and things are the things that will trigger you, will remind you, and will take you straight back there to day dot. This is what we're working to make you stronger to resist, so you don't go back down that road, or don't stay in that road of addictive behaviour. We want everyone in 2022, as we move into this new year, to live long, happy, fulfilled lives. Not one shackled, chained, or being maleficently bounded to something that is not for your highest good. I hope I'm able to give you something today that helps, whether it's just a kind word of advice, just knowing that you're not alone, whether this reading resonates and is able to give you some real help here. Whatever that may attain to for you, I hope it does exactly that and helps you through this time. Okay, so give me a moment to warm up the cards, and we'll be looking at all different aspects of what you're going through right now. As I said, whether you're in the midst of addiction itself, on the cusp of starting a recovery, or very much in the long stages of recovery, I'm sure there will be something here for you today. Stay tuned to the very end. I'll also try and pull some oracle cards or additional information to see if we can round this out to give you some more solace. And again, thank you. It takes a massive amount of will, strength, and courage to even get this far. So for that, thank you. And you are worthy, and you are good enough, and yes, you can do this. I promise you that. Let's go. This will attain to January 2022. It's for all star signs, whether you're Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, no matter where you place in the star, doesn't matter. This is for everyone. This is the ARS monthly, the addictions and recovery spread for January 2022. Light and love. Okay, so for today's spread, I'm going to use the beautiful Egyptian tarot. I just felt a calling to use this one today. We're just going to ease into this nice and slow today, okay? I'm going to go at a much slower pace, almost like I'm moving in slow motion, it will seem. But that is actually my intention, is to try to pull as much energy and to try and slow my energy down so I can be a bit more receptive to the collective energy. So I know there's a lot of you out there that have different aspects of issues that come under this umbrella term of addiction. And I want to try and get as many messages as I can that will resonate to each and every single one of you. So at least you get something out of this, that you can leave this reading saying something I pulled from that. Any and all people in the midst of addiction and or in the midst of recovering from that addiction. January 2022, what's the month of January 2022 looking like for any and all people suffering an addiction and or in the midst of recovering from that addiction? Messages of guidance for those who seek it, for those who seek your assurance, assistance, and help, and guidance. What can we tell those in January 22 suffering or in the midst of recovering from an addiction, any and all addictions that we have on this plane for January 22? Alright guys. For January 2022, please spirits and guides, I need clear and precise information on those who are in the midst of addiction or in the midst of recovering from that addiction for January 2022. We're looking at you currently, obstacles, emotions, thoughts, started it, overcoming it, forward, outcome, clarify, the addiction spread. For January 2022. Let's begin. As I said, this is a spread that I have formulated myself. As I said before at the beginning of the video, it has gone through many morphosis, much like we all do when we are developing. This is no different to many of the changes that you will see in your time ahead, in this lifetime. So, my apologies. Sorry if there is a bit of background nonsense banter. It is school holidays here. It is the weekend as well. I've got all my children home. So if you hear any weirdness in the background, that's what that is. A lot of you don't know, but my second child is autistic and is nonverbal. So a lot of the strange sounds you hear in the back of my videos is actually my son trying to communicate. So I've had a few people ask in the past, why do you sound like you have wild animals going ballistic in the background? Like, actually, that is my child who is nonverbal and has autism. So I'm just going to put that out there. It's not something I actually share with people because I just don't think it should matter. But I have had a few people ask me recently as to what on earth is going on in the background of my videos. Well, I have children and some of them have special needs. So if that offends you, I'm sorry, but some of us live with real hard issues in this life. Much more than relationship upsets, much more than, your average dealings of life, And some of those things are really hard. And it's one of those things. Can't change, and why would you want to? Because it's part of who you are. And I make no regret for my son being the way he is. He has inspired me and taught me more about this world than what any verbal person could. He showed me through his eyes how to see the world, and because of that I have so much more compassion and patience, and I have so much more understanding of what different perspectives of views are, because his will never look like mine or ours. Alright guys, the first position is very, very interesting, okay, because it's the Death card in the reverse. Now in this deck, it's a beautiful Egyptian deck. This is a beautiful deck. It's the only Scarborough deck I actually own, but honestly, if this is anything to go by, they're brilliant. So, you know, when the Death card is in reverse, this is all about you currently. So coming into this reading, your current energy coming into January 2022. We are going through some immobility here. Not able to accept change. We're refusing of change here, guys. And it's making you go into a state of stagnation. You are listening to way too many delusions. You're in a delusive state at the moment, I feel, and you are going through a real state of serious illness, or in a way of physical death. You're physically hurting, I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of wrongdoing around this. There's a negative influence of a place around you at this time. An object or situation. Melancholy, old age, decomposition as well. You are fast pelleting yourself, rocketing yourself down the life path at the speed of light. You are making yourself age rapidly fast by this addiction you're doing. It is giving you health complications, whether you see that or not. It is 100% on the cards with this one. So currently, you know, you have a real immobility to bring in any worthwhile change, and your refusal of change is not helping that matter. And you're in a delusive state, serious illness is befalling you, physical change, a physical death here of sorts going down the gurgler. All that potential. You may not think there's potential. I'm telling you, there's potential there. That's going down the gurgler. Second position is about your obstacles, things that will be hard for you, the challenges you will face, things of this nature during January. So your obstacles is that the Five of Cups reversed for January, guys. So this is talking about a moment of transition, difficulty, foreseeable problems. So I'm seeing here you're on the cusp, if you've not started your recovery yet, of thinking about recovery. And if you're in your stages of recovery, you are very much going through some problems that you thought you would run into. Maybe people, place, and things I think might be attainable to this. That you are, you know, new ideal system in the old world still. People, places, things still with that outdated thinking, whereas you are trying to move beyond that thinking, you're bringing in a change, and you want things around you to start aligning to such. Your third position, which is all about your emotions, so your feelings, is the Knave of Wands. The Knave in this deck is the Page in the traditional deck. So for your emotions, the Knave of Wands, Page of Wands. And he is inverted. This talks about a break. Talks about separation, discord, flight, and exile. So I'm seeing here in your emotions, you're exiling out. You are trying not to feel anything at the moment. You are trying to be very detached emotionally, I want to say. The next position is your thoughts. So what you're thinking. We just looked at your emotions, now we look at your thoughts. Your thoughts is that the Six of Pentacles. You know, you really are feel thinking here that help given or received. There's collaboration, presence, rewards, gratification, restitution of sorts here. Your thoughts is that you could break bad on this one. Your thoughts is that you'll get help, or that it'll be equal give and take. Your thoughts are thinking along those lines. We go to your next position, which talks about what started this, what led you here into addiction, and here to this reading today. What started this for you? What was the catalyst that brought you to addiction's needs? We have the Three of Chalices reversed, Three of Cups reversed. Excessive desire. You just had an excessive desire. You just, you did it for the first time and you got addicted. couldn't stop it. And this just led to a lot of small arguments that carried on over time, and they are still carrying on now. It just escalated. No one was impressed when they found out about it. If they do know about it, you feel a little bit not overly ecstatic about it either. You know what I mean? The next position is how to overcome this. Some advice on how to overcome these issues. So how to overcome this. How to overcome this advice. We have the King of Wands coming through here for you. So the King of Wands talks about good relationship with an authoritative but cordial, mature man, a father of a family or a company manager, a male influence, fire energy coming through here. Helping you to move forward, whether it's just an outside opinion that really clicks something into gear for you. This individual is what is going to help you overcome this addiction or to maintain your recovery. So this individual, this King of Wands is representing is someone very, very important, I want to say to you. Now, moving forward from January 2022, the advice to you from the tarot is the Devil in reverse, Capricorn coming through here. And it's also a sign here, guys, that you need to, when you're moving forward, be cautioned of imbalance, upsets, evil actions, inner agonization, low and immoral instincts, nastiness, violence, hate. It talks about preservation, obstacles of all types due to interference by others or one's own mistakes, black magic, and actions serving evil, things that are not for your highest of good, people, places, and things, baby. This is the things that this is warning about. Then we go to the outcome. So the outcome, as I said, moving out of this January 2022 energy, moving forward, what that looks like for you, and it's the Four of Swords. So this is talking about vigilance, apprehension, sense of isolation, prison, withdrawal, solitude, going at it alone, having to cut away from a lot of the things in this material world, people, places, things like I was saying. So you can go out alone and have the best bet or chance of overcoming this, of beating this. Now the next two cards are the one clarifying the outcome, which the outcome card was the card I just read to you. So your outcome is the Four of Swords. Clarifying that, we have the Magician in reverse and the King of Pentacles. So clarifying this Four of Swords, this cautionary, being vigilant, moving forward, is clarified by that Magician in reverse. This is unscrupulous ambition, swindler. Someone that's a liar, a charlatan, will at the service of evil. So someone that will try to will you in the direction of back to this devil energy, where you'll be subordinate, where you'll be shackled to things that are not for your highest of good. Then we have clarifying that card. Now we have the King of Pentacles coming through now. So when we're talking about this King of Pentacles, this is all about security, monetary, material. He speaks about a merchant or rich landowner well disposed towards you. Someone that's intelligent with practical skills, someone that has a lot of security and has a lot of security through monetary material, maybe through property, through land. Someone that has done very good in wise investment through the material, the attainable. So far, this is what we've got, guys. At the moment, with the Death card in reverse, we're unable to bring in any worthwhile change. Your obstacles is that of people, places, and things. You may need to alleviate, get rid of some of these things because they're bringing in losses for you. They're bringing you back to that square one. Your emotions, we talked about here with that Page of Wands, which is the Knave of Wands in reverse in this deck. We talked about that real sensation of instability here, of indecision here. Your thoughts with that, the Six of Pentacles, we wanted equality here. We did want some sense of equal give and take, being gifted, being received. But then we went to how to overcome this, and we had that, Three of Cups in reverse, which, or chalices in this deck, which spoke about, really needing to move, excessiveness here, small arguments. Then we went to how to overcome this. That King of Wands, having a good relationship with someone in an authoritative position, someone mature, maybe a company owner or someone that can give you some direction here through an outside view. new perspective, things of that nature. You know, the moving forward card, the devil in reverse, you know, we need to release this toxicity. We need to get away from all of this stuff that's subordinate or that's controlling you or is not allowing you the freedom to act, to be who you want, to be in control. Four of Swords was the outcome for this reading, and that is a real need to take to tomb, remove yourself, to exile, to go out alone. Because the Magician in reverse, those people around you are tricksters. They are trying to get you to repeat these cycles because they're going to get something out of it, whether it's just a laugh at you, whether they're getting something off your back, cut off your jib. They're liars, these people. They're servicing evil. They're not servicing your highest of good. They're serving their own selfish needs or their own selfish desires. This is not for you. And then with that King of Pentacles, you know, there's someone around here with richness in the material, the attainable, that's going to come in here. Try to help you, give you some guidance, some assistance, I feel. Let's get some additionals now. I'm not going to clarify this reading for you today because Spirit is telling me not to clarify this reading, that the messages here are enough for you to work with for January 22. Spirit says there's something coming in very, very soon that they want to talk to you about in February or March's reading, so stay tuned for that. Stop comparing. Apples don't compare themselves to oranges. Stars don't compete with other stars. They know there's enough room for all to shine in this ever-expanding universe. Celebrate your quirks and kinks. Bring your fullest expression of self forward and championize others when they do the same. Exactly. If someone else was able to do this in this time span and blah, 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 I don't give a rat's ass. Sorry if your addiction is swearing, but I don't give a rat's ass. Everyone blooms, flourishes, and grows in their own time. Some people take a lot longer to learn a lesson than what others do. I learned this from my second child as well, who can't speak. That you learn to communicate through other ways, even if voice is not something that you were gifted with. You always find a way to get it out, point across, or to fly, even when your wings have been clipped. Where there's a will, there is a way. Let your will be done. Accept yourself, and you do need to accept that you are enough. Well, there's a time and a place for self-improvement. Today's focus is on everything that's already great about you. Let go of who you think you should be and fall madly in love with who you are in this exact moment. When you accept yourself exactly as you are, you shift from living for tomorrow to appreciating today. So accept yourself, sweetheart. So stop comparing yourself, apples and oranges, and accept yourself. These are beautiful inspirational messages I feel for you. Stop comparing and accept yourself. And move forward into that light of abundance, of happiness, of joy, content, and fulfillment, which is just around the corner, or just about to reach your doorstep as we speak. Thank you so much for joining me, Redsky, here again on another round of Righteous Readings for this very special, important message on addiction and recovery. I hope you were able to get something out of this. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If this reading didn't resonate today, next month's might. So always stop back to have a look-see, because you never know. It could be just a direct message I have for you personally. I want to wish all of you who've joined me today or have joined me on any of these videos that I have made, I wish you all the love, the light, the courage, support, even though I know that you can do it. It's about time that you can see that you can do and believe in yourself. Because you are the most important thing in this world. It's just about time you believed it too. I love you all. And as I always do with these videos, I want to put it out there. If anyone needs help in any way, if I can help, just write SOS on any single one of my Star Sign videos and I will reach out to you. That is a personal offer that I make on all of these videos. If you need any sort of assistance, even if it's just someone to talk to, I'd be more than happy to put my hand up and to offer whatever assistance I can in whatever way I can. Because I want to see you move forward to where you're meant to be. Thank you again for joining me, Redsky, here on Righteous Readings, where sometimes we're raw, sometimes we're righteous, and sometimes we're just right. Light and love to you all for January 2022, and I hope to see you next month. Love you all. God bless.